welcome back to Millennial Planter. I'm Marina, and if you're new, I really do hope you click the subscribe button because I kind of have a thing with houseplants, and on this channel we talk all things houseplants. Today I am doing the much awaited, much anticipated, just kidding, nobody actually asked for this, Houseplant Tour. My little indoor jungle. I am going to be showing you all the plants I have. I haven't done one since sometime last year, and my collection has literally doubled since then, and I've got this huge shelf, and doing this tour is going to be really hard because I'm going to need to get on a chair and show you some plants. So I also don't know how many plants I have, so I am going to keep a little counter up here and let me know in the comments what you think my number is. I think I'm below 100. I'm pretty sure I'm under 100, so that's good, I guess. I don't know. All right, well, let's just get started with this tour, and I hope you all like it. So here's just an overview of everything. This is my filtered west-facing window, so I get sun in the evening time, in the afternoon, and it's filtered by a big tree, so it's really great. I love it a lot. And I have some grow lights right over here to help these plants because this area is pretty medium light, and I would just like these plants to get more light. So that's kind of my overlay. And just going to get started on this side. This is my gigantic Philodendron MEXICANUM. Literally, the leaves are the size of my forearm, bigger than my forearm. This baby is massive, and I love it. My next massive baby is this giant DIEFFENBACHIA camouflage. I mean, just look at that speckling. Oh, I love it. Love it so much. Next, I have my Monstera Deliciosa, 1 of 4. I have it on a twine pole here, so it will start climbing eventually. And then behind that, I just have a little golden pothos. And the last thing in this little area is my CALATHEA mosaica, which is just the chillest thing ever. Got this one at Home Depot. And right above that is this skateboarding shelf my husband made out of a skateboard. Obviously, the skateboard actually was a skateboard he skated to the hospital when we had my first child. That's a whole other story. But so we have my bird's nest Sansevieria here with the little baby popping out, and then my moonshine Sansevieria and a Philodendron Brazil. And up there is a Batman clock that my husband also made because I love Batman. And then a little collection of knives and masks that he makes. And yeah, I just really like this area because it has like a lot of homemade stuff. I have this stained glass leaf here, also made by somebody on Instagram. So this is kind of like my favorite corner in the house for sure. On over here, just ignore my grow lights there. Here I have a Begonia Harmonies firecracker, which is one of my favorite begonias. Behind there is a Tradescantia teddy bear vine, which is just growing crazy. And then I have my Begonia coral reef, which just gets these big pillowy leaves. And behind that I have a bamboo that my cat used to nibble on all the time, so I had to move it. And then I have this other begonia that is in rehab. It's a begonia matchmaker, and this one is coming back. It just struggled in the mail a little bit, but it has some new growth and the new leaf looks great, so it's making a comeback. Underneath that shelf I have this beautiful, I think it's Calathea fluminensis. It's just this beautiful lilac colored plant. I love it a lot. And then my Pilea peperomoides. And then I have some peperomia propagations going on here. And then next I have My little anthurium corner. So this is my anthurium warocquianum, or a queen anthurium, and she has not one but 2 new growth points, which is really exciting. Then next to that I have my anthurium veitchii, which is a king anthurium, and he also is putting out a new leaf, which is amazing. And next to that I have my anthurium magnificum, which I just got, and I think it might have new growth too. It looks like it. And yeah, this one acclimated pretty well to my house, which is awesome. So I just keep all my anthuriums there, and they seem to be doing pretty well. The shelf underneath that I have a begonia MAURICE AMEY, which, oh god, this begonia is just truly to die for. It's so beautiful. It's coming out with the new leaf finally. Then I have some begonias that are in propagation. A moonlight, Scindapsus chayubii moonlight, a propagated string of turtles, or Peperomia pastrata. This is begonia crackling rosy, I believe it's called. This begonia is also one that had a rough time in the mail and is making a comeback. These are the leaves that it was shipped in, and then this is a new leaf, and I have this stem currently propagating, so it's coming back. It's coming back slowly but surely. Then I have a Peperomia russo. Then I have another rehab begonia that I forgot the name of, but it's a work in progress. Next, I have this beautiful DIEFFENBACHIA STARBRIGHT, and then an Addisonii wide form, which is by far my favorite. The wide form, I think, is just so much prettier than the narrow form. These leaves just get so wide, and yeah, they're really beautiful. I almost forgot this, but this is my 2 of 4 Monstera deliciosas, but this one is the albo variegata, so it has the white variegation. And this one rooted perfectly fine for me, just waiting on some new growth whenever that's gonna happen. And that is that shelf. Going down to shelf number 4, here is my lemon lime Maranta, which just like, oh, this guy is insane. Look at that. He is massive and literally is just growing like crazy. Then I have my CALATHEA, my rattlesnake CALATHEA, or rattlesnake lancifolia, literally one of the easiest going calatheas. I can't recommend it enough. Next to that I have a ZZ Raven, which is one of the plants that start out green and then they eventually turn black, which is so cool. Behind that is my CALATHEA ornata, which is probably my slowest growing calathea, but this leaf here is actually the newest leaf and it's massive. And then next to that I have my money tree, which is just there. And that is that shelf. And now that's everything in this corner here. Okay, now we are moving on to this huge mammoth, and I honestly don't know how I'm gonna do this, so let's just start at the bottom. I have my watering can there in the back, and then here is a Syngonium holly. Here I have a orchid oncidium. Oh, I think that's what it's called, a sweet pea orchid. It has yellow flowers that look like salsa dancers. It's pretty cool. Then I have my Syngonium berries and cream, which these babies get super pink and more light. They're really beautiful. And then last I have my Scindapsus exotica, and look at how massive these leaves are. Definitely one of my slower growers, but I honestly just love this plant so much. All right, moving up one shelf, this is my biggest shelf, and the reason why I got the wire rack, and it's because I was able to put a big gap here so I could fit my big plants. Here I have a lemon lime philodendron, HEDERACEUM or heartleaf philodendron. This thing is so easygoing and literally one of my favorite philodendrons. Even though you could see this philodendron gloriosum just stealing all the light at night when it doesn't have this light in the background. It is such a pretty dark green. It's amazing. Then here is my philodendron pastizanum, but this is just a shipping leaf, so that's why it's kind of rough looking. And these leaves here are shipping leaves as well, so they're all kind of rough, but I love this plant so much. Then over here is my Mandula Pothos Marble Sport Queen. I don't know. So we have these leaves that look like a Mandula. And then we have these leaves that look kind of like a Marble Queen. So it's just like a mixture of the two. And this one is another slow growing pothos. It's kind of weird. All right, and behind this gloriosum, you could see my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. It is a tissue culture. And then here, this big sprawly dark green beauty is a HOMALOMENA emerald green. Try saying that 5 times fast. And then going further down past the pastizanum, we have a Syngonium confetti that was in a little bit too low light, so I had to move it, and it's making a comeback. Next is my third of 4 Monstera deliciosas. Actually, I think this is a Borsigiana, the variegated kind. And just look at that marbling. Ugh, I love the marbled variegation on these elbows. And look at this new leaf coming in. Oh, it is so pretty. It's gonna be a stunner. Not too white, which is always the perfect, just the perfect amount. And here in the corner, I have another Monstera deliciosa. And just look at how big that leaf is. And this little fenestrated leaf. Oh, I love this plant so much. Once again, I have it on a twine pole. And then moving down, we have one of my absolute favorite plants, which is the Albo variegata Syngonium podophyllum, or just a variegated Syngonium. And just look at these leaves. So pretty. Oh, I think this one's my favorite. I love this one, and it's so easygoing. Honestly, it's as easy to take care of as the rest of the Syngoniums. Next to that, we're entering Peperomia land. We have a Peperomia caparata Silver Frost, then a Peperomia red marbled, which is similar to the Pink Lady. And then next to that, we have the Peperomia Pink Lady. Then over here is my Tradescantia NANOUK. And I just got this baby. I honestly cannot wait to see it trail. It is just so pretty. Oh my God, look at that purple. And next to that, I have a variegated burl MARX. Look at that leaf. This one likes to put out one variegated leaf and then one regular leaf. And then all the way in the corner, I have my philodendron black cardinal. Now going up to my hanging plants, I just have some twine that I made made into like a hanging type thing, and I have them on hooks so that it's easy for me to take them out and water them. But here is one Peperomia Hope, which is trailing like crazy. Then I have my Peperomia Ruby Cascade. Then next, as you can see, just follow the tendril to this Hoya Crimson Queen. Look at that. And then next to that, I have a Hoya Compacta. So ironically enough, the light on this side, specifically on this side of the window, is more intense, so that's why I have my Hoyas on this side. And then going over here, we have my little baby variegated string of hearts. And through this twine pole, we have a Cebu blue pothos, which, look at that sheen. So pretty. Okay, now to quickly go through everything on the windowsill. Starting here, this is a firecracker, which I will have the correct name on the screen. I just don't know off the top of my head. Then here we have some dogtail cactus that I have been propagating, and I don't really know what's going on there, to be honest. Then there I have a succulent propagating, and another succulent. I actually got this one for my daughter, and she loves it, and it's just a chubby little thing. Then I have 2 white ghost euphorbias that are in the skull planters, and then a little air plant in that cat planter that's my daughter's. Another peperomia pink lady propagation, peperomia pastrata string of turtles, whole bunch of different succulents that I do not know the name of. I have to look on the box for all of them. This one is the mother of thousands, I know that. I have a little lithops and an aloe plant. Then I have this sansevieria, which is species unknown. I think it might be a whale fin sansevieria. My friend actually dug it up in his backyard, which I think is really awesome. And it had this little pup, but the pup broke off because my cat knocked it down. And then I have 2 sansevierias, cylindricas, I think they are, or maybe even the starfish sansevieria. And then there I just have a little propagation stuff going. All right, so that is everything on that shelf and on the windowsill. And now we are going to go up here and start here. I just have a little glass jar hanging with some propagations. There's like a micans and a Rhaphidophora in there, and a Philodendron Brazil. And here I have a narrow form Adansonii that is just growing and doing its thing. Then next I have this Philodendron Ploumanii, but I think it might be a Philodendron Mamey. If anybody knows how to correctly ID juvenile philodendrons, hit me up because I have some questions. I have a propagated Philodendron Micans. I have this little baby Philodendron Grazielle that has literally done nothing for me, but it's there. Then next to that, I have this Philodendron Birkin. And then, let me just move all this stuff out the way. In that corner, I have my Begonia Pink Minx, which is literally my favorite begonia. I mean, just look at those. The leaf shape is beautiful. I mean, look at how red it is. It's pink, it's purple, and you see the new growth. It's just like such a bright red. Definitely one of my favorites. And over here, I have a Hoya DS70, and then I have a holiday cactus that I think might be dying. I'm not really sure. Then I have this lipstick plant that is crazy growing, which is awesome. It used to be just one stem, probably like this big, and it's just branched out into so many different stems. And here are some Hoya curtisii cuttings that are propagating. I have a lot of different peperomia propagations. Ooh, little babies. Here I have a peperomia beetle and a lipstick, some of that lipstick vine that I just showed you I'm propagating, and another peperomia propagation. Here we have one of my newest additions, which is my Syngonium chiapens. And this leaf is just so smooth. It's really weird. I got this one from the Potted Elephant, and there's a little new growth point. Hopefully that will come out okay. And over here in this corner, well, actually, let's show you this guy. This is my regular burl marks. Look at that leaf. Ah, so pretty. Lots of new growth coming out on him too. Now back here we have a Hoya pubicalix, just a regular Hoya. And then we have my Hoya Crimson Princess that I have trellised, and the trellis literally reaches the top of my shelf, so watering it is a lot of fun. And then over in that corner we have a Hoya Weyettii, and this is what the Weyettii looks like. Some of these damaged leaves are just from when it got mailed to me, but it's doing really great and growing really well. Look at the new little leaf. Over here I have my Philodendron brandetianum, which has been growing like a weed lately, and I'm not even sure what happened, but it has all these baby leaves, which I don't mind. A lot of people don't like them, but I think they're adorable. Like, oh, look at that. So cute. So cute. And then new growth right here. And then in this corner we have my Philodendron micans that is kind of scraggly at the moment. And I took a bunch of cuttings trying to promote more growth at the top, so we will see what happens with that. And that is everything that is on this shelf, I think, unless I missed something, but I don't think I did. Over here on this one we have a Syngonium podophyllum white butterfly, which is in desperate need of a repot. As you can see, the newer leaves here are a lot smaller than the bigger leaves it was putting out, so definitely needs a repot, and the soil is just drying out a lot faster, but I have it there just chilling on the corner. Over here I have a neon pothos just chilling on a macrame, and then on the second skateboard shelf I have a Scindapsus argyrius, a bird's nest fern, a bird's nest Sansevieria, I think this is like sea phone, and then the Sansevieria laurentii, and some beautiful watercolored paintings. This is something else that was made by my husband. He can be really handy sometimes. Here I have my Begonia maculata whitei, and look at this tiny little leaf. I cut the stem, and yeah, it's just shooting out a lot of babies, and this one was kind of a work in progress. As you could see how my other begonias were work in progress. This is the final stage when all the leaves start shooting out, and then you think to yourself, oh wow, okay, I know what I'm doing. And this is one of my pride and joys, my Calathea orbifolia, because how can you not like this plant? It is just so beautiful and so massive. Over here I have some sort of Sansevieria cylindrica and a Sansevieria samurai. And now moving up to my top shelf. Man, this is hard work. I am out of breath. My house stays at a steady 60%, for those of you wondering. Here I have a Scindapsus argyrius that I propagated and I just have there. Here I have a Scindapsus silvery Ann that, yeah, it's there. Next is my Tradescantia zebrina. Then I have a Monstera stiltopecana, which is just insane. The texture on these leaves, very prehistoric. I love this plant so much. Next to that is my Tradescantia tricolor, which honestly I am struggling with this plant a lot and I'm not sure why. And then last, oh actually I have that one too. This is another Philodendron micans I have propagating. And then I almost forgot about this one. But do you see that beast back there? That is my String of Hearts, Ceropegia woodii. and it just trails on and on. And yeah, I honestly love that plant so much. I love this plant so much, honestly. Oh, and it's flowering. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't see that before. So if you didn't know, this is what a string of hearts flower looks like. It's not the prettiest, but there it is. Wow. And to finish up this tour, we have one Histatum, Philodendron Histatum, just like a regular green Scandens one, a regular ZZ plant, and then my DIEFFENBACHIA, which is my OG, the one that started it all for me, and he's quite massive. And this is a really, really low light area. My window, like the sun does come through, but I mean, I would say this is pretty low light, and these guys are doing great. So if you want some low light plants, definitely recommend these here. All right, friends, well, that wraps up this houseplant. I hope you all stuck around long enough to figure out if that count was right. And honestly, I'm guessing around maybe 75 plants, since I am filming this before I edit it and before I tally up all my plants. So, but yeah, I hope you all liked it. I hope you enjoyed my little urban jungle, and I hope you do decide to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye.